Hey there, folks, this is David on David's Brain. Welcome back to our ongoing Let's Play a Metaphor ReFantazio for the PS5. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and contribute to my Patreon, links in the description at the bottom. Alright, so last time we managed to get the potion of rot, or whatever it was. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, the potion of blight. I was close. And what else? Just let's see, got a whole bunch of quests, got a whole bunch of stuff going on, moving around. Yada yada yada. Alright, so just one more. Yep. So just gonna talk to you. Let's see. I've heard about your group from the chief. He said you were trustworthy. However, I could only place my trust in those who possess a certain wisdom. What do you know of the history of this island? Oh, not a whole lot. A wise answer. A fool will both know and you feel no need to ask further questions. Yeah, I mean, I heard from some people that I met back on the mainland, but well, hey, I gotta get it straight from the horse's mouth. Whatever tidbits you may have heard elsewhere, do not tell the full story. I am more than willing to properly educate you if you have a moment. A story history lesson, huh? You know, it might be better to support those who are disadvantaged if we take time to learn about the culture. Alright, let's hear it.
Okay, then.
A wise decision. Now let us find somewhere quiet to talk.
I shall tell you.
Lady Yufa is a priestess and a direct descendant of the previous chief. However, what makes her unique is that there has not been a priestess born from the chief's bloodline in 100 years.
What?
What do you mean? Were the other priestesses before Lady Yufa chosen from different families then? Precisely. So long as the successor has a high aptitude for magic, the lineage of a chosen priestess matters little. It would be a problem for such a sacred lineage to end simply due to a break in the bloodline, and there are always several potential candidates across the island. That continuity of bloodline is what makes Lady Yufa so special. I cannot blame the populace for seeing her through a lens of divinity. And that's why y'all want to sacrifice her? And that's why she's being groomed for sacrifice? It's not so simple. While you may have been able to continue passing the role of priestess on to future generations as normal if a disaster hadn't struck.
That is...
10 years ago, the dragon god began to grow restless. Lady Yufa had already been made priestess, though she was only a child. And her parents, who were the previous chief and priestess, went on ahead to the temple.
Yeah.
They lost their lives in there, didn't they? They did, engulfed by the storm of our deity's rage. If Dragon God Et would not hear the pleas of his highest acolytes, then what of his worshippers? The fate of the previous chief left us grief-stricken. I have no doubt the immense trauma inflicted upon Chief Adeni and Lady Yufa as a result. Thus, the two of them made their respective decisions, and that brings us to the present. Learn about Yufa and Adeni's parents. We're learning about the island's complex circumstances.
All right.
Interesting little conundrum.
Thank you.
Oh then, does this knowledge that all change your perception of the island? Let us speak again if you should so choose.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Alright, it's time for a shopping spree! Oh, and a package for Barden.
Here you are.
I came across this and I thought it better in your hands. Good luck out there. Ooh, awesome.
All right.
We got the potion of blight, and now we just need to pour it onto that gigantic tree. Is this really going to be enough to weather that huge thing? Our difficult tasks are often more intimidating than expectation rather than execution. Let us see for ourselves just how vast this temple really is.
Yes.
Yes, only now does our search for the lands truly begin. And yeah, I'm definitely going to want to go in there prepared.
We ought to proceed with caution.
Yeah.
No more putting this off. I must steel myself. And the priestess of Virga Island. A central figure of Virga Island's faith, the priestess, permitted to directly commune with the dragon god. However, when great disaster strikes the land, she's to offer her life to assuage the dragon god's rage. In other words, her true role is that of a living sacrifice. Yeah, again, she's basically Yuna. Oh yeah, just don't have to go through a giant friggin' pilgrimage and go to different temples all over the island in order to do it. Eesh.
All right then.
Alright, it's shopping day, so let's get ourselves prepped up and ready to go.
Let us have faith.
Well, now, what are we on about?
Hey. Let's see.
Thank you.
Let us have faith in Lady Yufa.
Leave it out, mate.
Well, isn't this a dilemma? Fancy a bit of info?
I hear information gets cheaper on Idols Day outside the island. Not sure why they do that, but if it's traditional, am I to ignore it? Thank you. Let's see, the monsters of the Dragon Temple, bird monster on Orbwise Path. Alright, monsters of the Dragon Temple.
Cheers.
So you hope to save our priestess? Then I'll give you all the information that I know. You'll find all manner of monsters over there. All are dangerous, but be especially wary of the moving stone statues and specters. Swords and spears don't work against either of them. Specters reflect blows, bows and the like as well, apparently. So, what? We gotta use magic? There's also huge tree-like monsters. I believe they're called Alentos. But what's tricky is that there are different types of Alentos. The green ones weak to fire, but for the others, fire won't work at all. Last I heard, the green ones can use wind magic, so hold your ground. That's about it. Stay extra vigilant. Physical attacks are ineffective against the spell rock Gargosta and Spectio. For Alentos, the effectiveness of fire depends on the leaf color. Good to know. The bird monster on Orbwise Path.
Want in on this?
The Orbwise Path is where you get into more undead. If you die on this island, you expect your bones to rest there for eternity. Well, the monsters have been on a rampage lately, and I haven't been able to mourn anyone. The area's become a stomping ground for the Caucasadors. Perhaps you've heard of them before. They're big bird-like monsters. Oh yeah, we ran into one of those before. They prefer their prey to be soft and fleshy, so be sure to fortify your defenses before facing them. Moreover, I heard they have a skill that repels non-magic attacks. We know fire is effective against them, but no one's been able to defeat them yet. Mind the code too. Fire monsters have attacks that can freeze you in your tracks. Don't let them give you frostbite. Because of these things, no one can get close to the place, which makes me feel quite sad. Maybe an antiquated custom, but it's nonetheless important for us islanders. Alright. I can kill anyone without boosted defense instantly. And you must have countermeasures for repel physical, and it's weak to fire. Got it. Yeah, I think that's where the commander comes in. Let's see, Avian of the Spire.
Want in on this?
There's a place known as the Spire of Blind Faith down south. No one dares go near it though. Technically it isn't all that far from this island, but due to the way the currents flow, we must approach it by circling about from the north. Oh! That is incredibly inconvenient. Spire of Blind Faith. It's like it's the very edge of the ocean.
They'll face danger here.
And right there's a labyrinth.
Let's see, along the way is Silentio. Let's see, a quaint village in the archipelago. Being on the periphery of the currents, they have a thin trickle of trade with the continental seaside villages, exploring seafood and souvenirs. Reef Camp.
And there's
Island Camp.
this place.
And the Spire of Blind Faith. A tower on the island south of Virga Island. Its peak seeming to pierce the heavens, requiring a detour to reach because of the currents the islanders themselves steer clear.
Let's see here.
Worse yet, they see a monster dwells within the tower. It supposedly resembles a large bird with vivid plumage. It might be that it's overly cautious, but the closer you get, the more violent it becomes. Best to attack from as far away as possible from the rear. Okay, so yeah, back rows.
You don't say.
If we make good use of our formation, we might be able to attack without getting too close.
Between us.
Seems like it's vulnerable to fire and pierce attacks. I recommend having those in the arsenal. So yeah, fire and piercing. Let's see, village trading, Virga Island. Let's see, learn about what goods are sold in Silentio.
Cheers.
As for the nearby villages, there's Silentio. It's on a small island northwest of here. They sell bath salts like Uncle Electro's Wonder Salts and Niflheim Plunge, as well as limp goldfish. They also sell something called Hero's Jeweled Root. Ooh! Though I couldn't tell you what the point of it is. All I know is it's some kind of mysterious four-leaf fruit. Sometimes it's got magla, sometimes it doesn't. What do they even sell? I think about what it does. Oh, if you're the sightseeing, I think about what does it. Oh, and if you're the sightseeing type, go out and see the giant hole in the sea button. What different stories? Ah, I think we were there. Let's see. Hero's jeweled root, which is used for striking the archetypes. So yeah, definitely gonna get those. Secret of the Ujeep stall.
Cheers.
In Briarhaven, there's this Ujeep run shop. You'll know why all the cauldrons. I mentioned this before, but I used to live outside the island way back when, so I know some things. It's over on Seabury Street, but the shopkeeper's an old miser, and all he claims he's selling is medicinal herbs. In truth, he's hid away some interesting stuff for sale, harvested for the remains of monsters, used for experiments and, of all things, cooking. If the Navy knew he was selling those dodgy items, they'd have strung out, so he's extra cautious who he sells it to. Not much chance getting him to show you what he's really got for sale, but maybe having a mutual friend would change that. The Uchi proprietor of the stall on Seabury Street has an array of unique goods, but his trust needs to be earned. And the ingredients of Verga Island.
Cheers.
Oh, you want some ingredients of Verga Island? The butcher used to have a good variety of fish, but see how the weather's so strange. The hole's not as good these days, so right now there's only monster bone and white peach turnip available. Why vegetables, you ask? The islanders leave these in exchange for buying goods. That'd be because we islanders don't really use money amongst each other. We used to sell live goldfish too, but not so sure about now. If you need them though, there was definitely some of the village nearby. Oh, did you visit the water shop? Yeah, they sometimes sell Queen's honey jar. The ingredients from Berg Island are delicious. Buy as much as you can carry and make some good food with them, will you? Oh, and while you're at it, why not start growing your own food? Or at the market's a shop that sells plant seeds. Give it a look.
Just between us.
Alright.
Alright, anyways, back to Grand Shrad and the Hush Honeybee.
Let's go.
Yeah, while it's a sale going on, I might as well go collect some info on that monster. Go.
Fancy a bit of info?
Let's see. Yep, the monster of the Scoundrel's Hold and the fishing village at village train Grand Shrad.
Want in on this?
The Scoundrel's Hold is a den for all sorts of riffraff. It was once the home of bandits, but it's since been claimed by a horde of Goldborns. From what I understand, the Goldborns drove away the bandits who first settled there. Now they pray that any travelers are lucky enough to pass through. Of course! Goblin bandits! Disgusting! Vile!
Really?
We heard about the recruitment center. Are they really as wily as they say? Yes, they're clever little bastards. And their den was originally built by bandits, so pursuing the Goldborns within may prove to be tricky. Yeah, no, I figured. No magic. Got it.
Just between us.
And it won't just be Goldborns you need to worry about. There's also the one-eyed Psychocorpus that is said to be in charge of the lot. On the whole Goldborn Hold will be a suicide mission, so that's probably why the Barry is the Psychocorpus. Some of the Goldborn cronies are capable of using magic, and they won't hesitate if it means stopping you. Problem is, if you eliminate the first, the Psychocorpus will have a meltdown, and good luck if that happens. So leave them alive and focus on disabling their magic while you take down the Psychocorpus. Spears and bows are effective here. And so what's the extent of my information? If you still choose to go, stay vigilant. Alright, village train Grand Shrad.
Hey!
Southeast of the capital is a town called Lignio. A lot of merchants come and go through there, so it's really bustling these days. Lots of rare items coming through there too. Bet you find all sorts of highly valuable weapons. They also have meadow milk and all gold sugar, and a bath salt called gold bullion. Well, I wonder if it has been useful. If I'm making a shopping list.
Alright then. Let's head there right away.
Alright, let's see. Anything else in the recruitment center?
Uh-huh.
Yep, nope, all good.
Alright then. Where to?
Let's go.
I beg your pardon.
Now then.
Alright, thank you. Alright, time to get ourselves some new exclusive shiny armor.
We've a special sale today.
Let's see, Kusanagi. Desideo's Katana. Dragon Kirkus.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty pricey.
All right then.
Let's go.
We are with you.
Hey, mister.
Ah, hello.
Oh wow, even at 20% off, that's really pricey. Ugh, jeez.
Hey, mister. Oh, it's you. Can we talk? Oh, it's you. Can we talk? Goodbye now. Hey, mister. Hey! Got it.
Well, I guess if we're heading near any one of those temples, I think that now might be a good time to start grinding with the merchant again.
Yes.
I won't be forgiving that anytime soon. Really now? We've a special sale today.
All right then.
Let's go. Okay?
We've a special.
Yeah, I definitely won't need the fan for right now, since I've only got one person who could use the masked dancer.
What now? What now?
Hey!
Alright, there we are. Third Eye Protector. Head armor that improves concentration, opens the mind's eye.
Oh,
What now? What now?
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
leave it to me.
Now then.
Yeah, finally did that. Let's see here.
Now then.
1, 2, 3.
Now then.
Yeah, I think we can finally ditch this.
Now then. Now then.
Good.
Now then. What now?
Leave it to me.
What now?
Alright, looks good.
All right then.
Let's go. We are winning. Huh? Hey, mister.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to keep those squirreled away for a little bit.
All right then.
Let's go.
What's this? All right.
Yeah, a little extra luck never hurts. Okie dokie.
That reminds me.
Feels like her handling's much better these days. How's all the hard work I've put into keeping her running? The Saints' Day festivities are taking place in Atterbury then. That's up in the mountain, so I might have to do a bit more tinkering before she's ready.
All right.
Yeah,
Where to?
I wonder the old girl could actually handle the,
Let's go.
rugged terrains. And by rugged, I mean, mountain man rugged. Welcome. Let me just say off the bat, I don't sell.
Really?
You sell all kinds of things, I hear. We'd love to see the actual goods if you could. Just where'd you hear that, I don't deal with phony fraudsters. Go play pretend somewhere else.
That's not it.
Sounds like something more up Alonzo's alley than ours. Oh, was that... Did you say Alonzo? Oh, well, I'll be. Wasn't expecting you to know his real name. Yep. I've known Alonzo a good while. That silver tongue of his saved me from the gallows once upon a time.
Really helped me out, you did.
After that, I made it a point not to deal with people who weren't in the know, but I suppose I can trust an acquaintance of his. I'll be frank with you. What I actually deal with in his shop is a special relic you can get from monsters called white masks. Another thing, I also sell an unusual ingredient on Arnold's Day, which, in case you were wondering, also comes from monsters. As you can imagine, my stock is limited, so I restrict customers to one of each item per day. Keep that in mind. Anyway, here's what I got today. Giant's rib.
Can we talk?
I'm off.
Thanks. I'll have different goods in tomorrow, so stop by if you're interested. Oh yeah, I got a massive discount on the Giant's rib.
Can we talk?
Oh yeah, no, a Giant's rib for that much of a bargain? Whoo, this guy's gonna come in handy.
All right then. Where to?
Let's go.
Alright, everyone, gather round, gather round.
What should we do? Now then.
Hey, what do you usually talk about here to pass the time? We discuss the weather, gauntlet runner mechanics, what else? Oh yes, we have riveting contests to determine our chef for the day.
Hey,
Hey, now, don't spout such nonsense simply because she's new. Typically, we go off our strategies to win the tournament.
Now then.
I see then. And then perhaps I should also start. Oh, but I wouldn't want to ruin my hand, so I'll leave meal preparation to your capable gents. You sure about that?
Then.
Finally, we'll be able to do something about that ghastly hulk of a tree. Saint says important, but for now, let's rescue that priestess. I heard the Dragon Temple has become melancholized. I share your impatience, but we mustn't act foolhardy here.
obviously.
High space right. Don't forget, we'll be able to go in and out of here freely once the blight potion takes effect.
Yes.
I prefer not to attempt to rescue and have us all meet with our demise instead. We should proceed steadily but with caution.
Now then.
Just
Obviously.
Yes.
Alright, requested tactics. Say the morning snakes. Let's say recommended gunner and commander. Greater one-eyed scoundrel for the thief and the gunner, thief, gunner, and faker. And peak curiosity.
Now then.
Now, how far do we run it then?
Let's see.
what should we do?
The Orbwise path,
Here we are then.
and then the spiral of blind faith.
Let's see.
All right, sounds like we got our plan.
We could fulfill a request there.
The residents here are having trouble with a bird monster. Juna, you wish to rectify their situation, correct? It's not right that a monster is preventing them from mourning their deceased. Can I enlist your help? Of course. We shall eradicate the feed, and the departed shall find their repose.
Let's go then, love.
You have my gratitude, everyone.
It's your call.
We should get there by midday. Can we make it back by tonight? But of course! So long as you don't dilly-dally, that is. Alright, cast anchor and let's get going. It is settled. It would behoove us all to prepare ourselves even whilst on the road.
What to pick?
The truth is,
There's something I must tell the captain.
What now?
Let's see. This place. Let's see.
Let's see, the gunner and the commander.
What now?
Alright, let's see, we got the gunner, we got the masked dancer.
My aim is true from any vantage.
Speaking of,
Long ago, let's see, huh? Alright. Let's see if we can get to cooking. Precision fermented ribs. Ooh. Sweeter than poison. Ah, yeah. Precision fermented ribs.
That.
As one so obviously fond of good food, perhaps it's also obvious that I find cooking to be time well spent. Still, you can cook for hours only you have a meal devoured in moments. And that is the flaw in such efforts, I suppose. Hold a moment. Could we not simply add more of each ingredient and thereby create a more of the finished product? Imagine it. Reducing preparation time and increasing efficiency in a single blow. Why, I dare say I'm on the cusp of grand discovery. Sure, right. All is set, and now we need only apply ourselves. What say you? Does it not already look appetizing? Yeah, it looks, great.
are we clear?
To cook a meal through is fundamental. Thorough is fundamental, but we mustn't this time. Here, flavor is achieved by deviating from basic knowledge. Wow, this dish uses a ton of ingredients, but it turned out amazing. Precision fermented ribs is complete. Ah, wonderful. 'Tis fit to eat until the stomach is fit to burst. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Louise's runner was a little more grand than this one, but in terms of being a comfortable ride, it's quite comparable. My only gripe is the bunk size. I wonder if we might make some upgrades there. Well, I mean, you'll have to take it up with Duras, and good luck with that. I'm a celebrity songstress spayed throughout the country, and yet that doesn't mean anything to you, does it? Not really, no. Don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for that kind of attention, but such a contrast to the rest of the world, I get a bit of whiplash from it. Yeah. Yeah, well, whatever. Let's see, we got ourselves a former knight, noble, actually 2 nobles, and a former member of the Shadow Guard. Whoa. Ooh. Yeah, no, we got all kinds around here. Alright, anyways, let's find Heisme.
the truth is,
There you are, Heisme.
it's you.
Why, hello there. For all the time we spend in battle, it's good to rest our wings every once in a while, eh? If you're free, might I have a moment of your time? I wish to clear up a misunderstanding. I'd like you to let me tell you about the village. Sure.
Yes.
Then let us speak over a drink. I'll serve you something assuming you prefer a drink more tame than my usuals.
Yeah, I'll just take tea or something like that.
What happened back in my hometown? You should know it wasn't Tadri's fault, even if he's the village leader. The villagers have always ostracized others like that. Even when I was there, it's not their leader's fault.
Is that why you left?
Because
Is that the reason you left your village?
Yes.
Yes. There was an incident. One final push I could not take.
Now?
Most other tribes hold little love for the Ujif, but in my youth, we lived near two settlements of mixed peoples. We traded, traveled, the relations were good. Until one day, conflict arose between the two settlements themselves. They began to feud, and both sides asked for our village side with them over the other. They wanted a decision from us. We were asked to choose who was friend and who was foe.
However,
Yet the village put off the decision. They took no sides and sought to appease both settlements. While we stayed the course of our hesitancy, their dispute was resolved.
What happened?
Hold on.
What ended up happening to your village?
and then...
The village lost the trust of both sides, and they cut off all their trade. We were suddenly left impoverished. They called us Ujif inscrutable, unknowable, and the prejudice only escalated. It even led to some violence, and yet... The village tried to justify their predicament by saying there was nothing they could have done. They took no action to escape poverty and isolation beyond their bitter lamentations. That, more than anything else, disgusted me beyond words. So I abandoned the village and ventured out to become a knight of the cities. But Tadri remained to take a stand, while I simply ran away. He took a role of leadership, determined to bring honorable change to our village.
Well, there's definitely some nobility in that. He sounds like a good leader.
Yes.
Yes. No ordinary person could have done what he did. He chose to carry the entire village on his back. And yet, as we've seen, the village is still a long way from the change he strove for.
I'm guessing little of any's changed from when you left.
The villagers are rigid in their mindset. They hope to maintain the little control they have by excluding and blaming strangers. All the backbiting, and even the theft of the urn, all born from this clinging to separation. This xenophobic nest.
Honestly, they sound like absolute assholes. A horrible village.
Right.
Yes, but upon my return, a thought struck me. I suddenly knew. I would like to let my son sleep on that hill, where the sweet winds bellow, that he may run free where he cannot. And yet, perhaps the reason I'm so attached to my village is because I'm the same as them at heart. It was my indecisiveness that cost me my son, and my knighthood besides.
And not to mention your whole xenophobia towards the Parapus when the Magnus brothers popped in.
This burial is no different. To think I waxed on about it being time to face his death. An excuse, nothing more. An excuse to run from yet another decision.
Who the hell would condemn you, alright?
No.
There's nothing wrong with hesitating. And besides, finding a place to bury your son, that's gonna take a lot. That takes a lot of thought regardless of who you are.
But I know my son is the one paying for my wretched hesitance. And see what has become of him. How can I call myself a father?
Okay, so you're giving up then. Is that what I'm hearing? So, you're just gonna give it up. Okay, that's it. Might as well just get the urn back, toss it in the ocean. Who cares?
No.
I refuse to let this end here.
Right.
If hesitation is in my nature, then so too do I hesitate to let go. Perhaps this is simply who I am. Morpheus, I have a confession to make. When the urn was stolen, somewhere in the back of my mind, I felt relief. Because I'd not have to see it anymore. I'd no longer be reminded of his death, his heartbreaking absence. I don't want to think of it. I don't want to face it. How could I, when every reminder shatters me? That's why I put off the burial longer and ever longer. But I must change. I would show my boy I'm a father worth his love, not his shame.
Surely.
And so too when I prove this to you, you who placed your trust in me.
Well, look who finally decided to nut up.
My son, come back to me.
Significantly reduces the magnetite cost of studying the thief lineage, and while in reserve, the amount of experience Heismay gains increases.
I'm sorry.
I will soon depart for the village to look for my son's remains. My apologies for all you've been made to endure. You'd honestly go and leave me behind?
Wait.
What, after taking me this far, you wouldn't even let me see how it ends?
Well, I can hardly say no to that. You haven't been waiting to say that this whole time, have you?
Thank you.
I thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Let's head to the village together at a later date. And that's gonna be fun, I could just tell.
The Orbwise Path, a cave on an uninhabited island east of Virga Island, comes into view. An old Mustari custom says the deceased can ascend as guardian deities if their remains are fed to the snakes here. Time passes, lands and peoples change, and the unthinkable becomes sacred tradition. The party arrives with complicated feelings.
Ah, I see.
So this is it. The cave that Virga Island's inhabitants use for their funeral rites.
Right.
Indeed it is. It's a lot to ask, but will you help clear this monster out? I really do want to help the Musari.
As I understand it, a monstrous bird is preventing their ceremonies. Indeed, that shall not stand.
Be that as it may.
Still, offering your dead to snakes, I tried to keep an open mind, but the Mustari stand alone on this one. Ujif burials differ from Sanctus ones as well, and from what I hear, so do Parapus rites. No two cultures are alike. Hey, what works for some people ain't gonna works for others, you know?
I'm going.
Yes, well, right now there's some stupid bird threatening theirs, and I say we send it flying.
Alright, time to go for a turkey shoot. People sure have many different methods for burial, don't they? Let's make sure this particular one can continue. All prepped here. Ready to head in?
Hey!
I know I made this personal, but it's for the villagers' sake too. And you wouldn't leave them down to dry, would you? All set. Let's get this show on the road.
It is a painful thing, being unable to mourn the dead as you wish. Let us offer our assistance. I've completed my preparations. Say the word, and we're off.
What now?
Yeah, definitely gonna be waiting too long for that discount, so... Witnessing Juna's passion so aflame, I was a bit taken aback. That was ensure her courage does not eclipse our own.
I see.
What now?
Alright, let's see. Art warmer, check. Precision fermented ribs, check. Monster bone, check. Let's see, weak to fire, counters for repel physical,
I'll show you the essence of truth.
You think me no mage? I know something of spells.
Alright, just a quick save here. Alright, I think we're going to call it a day here. Let me just take a look.
What now?
Alright, I think we should be good.
Okay then,
We're exploring this area today, right? Everything ready?
let's go. Everything's pretty standard. This place.
This place looks awfully complex. We better make sure we don't get lost.
Yes.
The monster bird should be further in. Let's watch our step. Oh, great. What are those? Yeah, nothing good, I can tell you that much.
Right there.
Enemies up ahead.
Charging in. Forward!
This could be our chance.
Let's see how we've got.
We're evenly matched. Guess we'd better stay on our toes.
Mage! Nothing personal. What a blunder.
This will be over soon enough. Masked dancer. Burn!
I'll show you the essence of truth. I'll be taking that.
So much for that.
I shall rule the battlefield. Commander! The power of fire! Tougher than I thought.
Ties me! They've dropped the
Mage!
defenses!
I'll take this. I'll be taking that.
Why, hello there. I'll give behold this power. Raging fire! More!
By this power.
So much for that.
Now I call upon royal power within. I call the lightning.
You hit their weak point. Keep it up.
You think
strong.
yourself Mage! Nothing personal. Teamwork.
So much for that.
True gold.
Scroll's frozen. His attacks will do much more damage. Help me out. Masked dancer. Lightning! You hit their weakness.
I'll show you the.
Let up now.
Sorry.
So much for that.
Are you prepared? The power of lightning.
You hit their weak point. Keep it
Mage!
up,
Sorry.
Why, hello there. This will be over. This is just what I need.
Bingo!
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone.
That'll do.
I continue to grow.
A new power to wield. I'm just so cold. Can anyone help?
What now?
Hang on, I got something there, champ. Let's see, 2 mossy artifacts. Awesome.
Would sure be a pleasure to find some treasure. I don't think we can avoid a fight here.
I see the energy. Come and get it. Time for some closing.
Stop staring
Let's take
at
them
our
all out.
fighting!
Oh, power of kings. I'll take this. What a blunder.
So much for that. I'll show you. Descend as a storm! You hit their weakness.
I will come
Don't
forth,
let up now,
royal
do
soul. I'll be taking that.
So much for that.
Commander! I call the lightning.
You hit their weak point.
You
Keep it
think
up,
Mage! Nothing personal. Teamwork.
so much for that. This power.
By this power. Sorry. Mine now.
Why, hello there, treasure.
Haha.
Commander! The power of lightning! One!
You think me now accept your fate. I'll be taking that.
Why, hello there. I'll give you the book now for a grand maneuver. Ice doesn't work. We need a different approach. Lightning! You hit their weakness.
Let's stay
Don't
calm.
let up now, Juna.
We'll do this together.
Get after after it, love.
How's that?
Kaboosh!
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
Satisfactory.
I don't see any more. I think we're safe.
Think so too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, sapphire.
Would sure be a pleasure to find some treasure.
We found
I
something.
love it.
Ooh, the Empress an Empress mask.
All right.
Well done.
Let's see. Spangenhelm. Hmm.
What now?
Oh, got that for later.
Would sure be a pleasure to find some.
All right.
Good find.
And a hero's increases archetype experience by 3,000. Oh, wowie. Okay, that's yeah. Yeah, that's something to seize out, I'll tell you that much.
Come say hello, treasure.
Whoa.
Let's see, an Empress and an Emperor mask. Okay.
Right there.
No choice but to cut
Charging in.
through.
Time for some close-up. Push through.
Healing. That rhymes.
Hmm.
Everything's pretty standard.
Pardon?
Oh, mainlanders. As you can see, our burial grounds have been a den of monsters now.
Isn't that?
The guardian snakes you islanders offer your dead to. They were eaten, weren't they? Yes, the snake-eating bird was alone at first, but we're now seeing a creature immune to weapon attacks as well as a waterworm that breathes frost. Getting frostbite can suck the life out of you. The only way to avoid this is for someone to act as a decoy to draw its attention. It's not much, but here's something for healing frostbite. Able to be useful. Hey, sounds better than nothing.
All right then.
Be careful. The waterworm's breath is freezing cold, and it'll inflict frostbite on someone until the life sucked out of them.
There's something we can use nearby.
What now?
I see the enemy.
Very impressive.
That should come in handy. It's all clear. Everything's pretty standard.
Thought I saw something around here. Ah, never mind.
I'd say we're evenly matched, which means you've got this.
Right there. Alright, how's that?
Looks like you could be used.
Charging in. Cat!
If you are struggling, it would do you well to heal.
Yeah, I figured.
Hey, maybe there's something to do here.
I got more of those tentacle things over there. And there's a fake door. Gonna have to go around then. Alright. Sure, a lot of long, undulating monsters in here, huh?
Yes.
Hardly surprising given their proximity to the ocean. They can thrive in salty
There they
water.
are. Time for some close combat.
Your death will be swift.
They're totally fireproof. We better use something else.
I'll take this. What a blunder.
This'll be over soon enough. We're evenly matched. Guess we better stay on our toes. What I need. Frost!
It's okay. I won't hold back. I'll be taking that.
So much for
Are you
that.
prepared? I call the lightning!
Hit their weak point.
Oh, power of kings. Teamwork.
So much for that.
Cold.
Scrolls frozen fast. Dancer, do much less damage. Descend as a storm. You hit their weakness.
Come forth,
Don't
royal
let us
soul.
down, Juna. So much for that.
Commander! The power of lightning!
You hit their weak point.
Face me. Nothing personal. Sorry.
Why, hello there. I call upon a royal soul. Lightning! One more!
I'll show you the essence of truth.
Not bad, eh?
Let's go. Freeze!
Bingo!
Woo, not too shabby. Let's keep this up, everyone.
Not bad.
Frostbite is no joke. Can anyone help me?
Alright, hold on.
What now?
Let's see, a sapphire. Let's see, hermit mask, emperor, and empress mask. And let's see. Alright, looks like we still got a little bit of a ways to go.
What now?
Let's see. Alright, so going to be called it a day, and next time we're going to explore the rest of, go down the rest of this path and see what we can find. So, till next time folks, this is David on David's Brain. See you when I see ya. Bye-bye.